Hi there. We are going to start with 6-1, Chapter 6, Section 1. We are going to be doing some graphing here, so we thought we would review some graphing. We remember that slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, and that's going to be really, really, really important. Okay, so let's review steps of graphing using slope-intercept form. First, identify our slope, or m. Then identify our y-intercept, or b. Okay, then we're going to plot the y-intercept. Whoops, I didn't mean to move that. We're going to count out the slope, the rise over the run, for 3 different points, and then we're going to draw the line, and we're going to use a ruler. It's really important in this section that we use a ruler because our lines being straight depends on whether or not our answer is correct. So make sure that that's good. Okay, so let's look at this line. My m is 2/3. My b is -4. Fantastic. Where do I start? I start with my b. Okay? So I'm going to start at -4. Go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why am I going down 4? Because of that negative sign. So down 4 on the y-axis. Super important. Okay, from there, I'm going to do my rise over my run. My rise is up 2 and over 3. 1, 2, 3, because it's positive. 1, 2, over 3. 1, 2, 3. Great. I want to do 3 points because it's easier to line a ruler up. This would be why you need a ruler, because look, I totally missed that point, right? So theoretically, I want to redo that line, but I'm not going to. You're going to make sure your ruler goes through all 3 of these points and that your line goes really, really nice, okay? All right, you're going to make sure it's straight. What about y equals 6? Y equals 6. What's my y-intercept there? What's my m? What's my b? So I've got y equals mx plus b. Is there an mx in there? There isn't. So my m is 0, because 0 times x would be 0. What's my b? 6, because if I did have an mx, 6 would be added to it. So I'm going to go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put a dot. Now, at literally every single point on this line, my y is going to be 6. So at this point, y is going to be 6, and this point, and this point, and this point, and even this point in between, and this point in between. It's always going to be 6. So that is a horizontal line. You're going to want to use this portion of your notes when you're doing your worksheet. It's really important. Okay? What about number 3? Number 3, I've got x equals 2. Do I have an m? No. All right, so that's undefined because I don't have one. Do I have a b? Do I have a number being added to the mx? No, because there's also no y. So there is none here. Okay? So how would I graph that though? X equals -2 is right here. And just like this line over here, this line here will now have x as all of its points. So anywhere on this line, x equals -2. So it is a vertical line. Okay? Again, these 2 problems are going to be super important when you're doing your worksheet. All right, so we're doing something. Why did we do this? We are going to use graphing to solve what's called a system of equations. And a system of equations is when 2 lines work together. So when those 2 lines are working together, we can find our solution. And our solution is determined by the 2 lines crossing each other, where they cross each other. Okay? So is determined by the number of times the two lines cross each other. One solution is always written as an ordered pair. That's an R, okay? And that ordered pair is our answer. And remember, our ordered pair is always X, comma, Y. Always, always, always. So those are some important facts. So let's look at a problem. Let's say our equations are this, and we need to graph this, okay? So what's my M here? My M is -1/2, and my B is +4. Okay? What's my M here? In the second equation, our M is 1/1, because what number is in front of here? A 1. But we don't need to write that anymore because we're good, solid algebra students, and we don't need to write our little crutches anymore. We can think of that all on our own. Okay? So my B is -2. So if I'm going to graph that line, I'm going to start where? 1 or -2? Hopefully you said -2. And then from -2, I'm going to go up 1 and over 1. I'm going to go up 1 and over 1, up 1 and over 1, and I'm going to keep going like that. And I'm going to draw a nice straight line. I'm going to do my best to draw a nice straight line that falls in that same slope. Okay? Then I'm going to draw my other line. I go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. And what do we notice? Those two lines cross each other. This point at which they cross each other is our solution. Okay? So, from this point forward, we need to determine what that solution is. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4 is my X value. And 1, 2 is my Y value. So my solution is 4, 2. Okay? Fantastic. Let's look at a second example. Number 2. If I were going to graph these, what would I get? If I were going to graph these, what would I get? My M here is 2, and my B here is -1. You'll notice that this isn't y equals, so we have to make it y equals. What has to happen here? We have to divide all of these by 2, because that has to be y equals. Y equals, 4 divided by 2 is 2x. 8 divided by 2 is -4. Okay, so let's graph that. I've got -1. Nope, I'm going to do the green line first because my pen is green. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to go up 2, 1, 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. And I'm going to draw a line. Okay? Now I'm going to change back to red. And I'm going to go up to -1. And here I'm going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. What do you notice about those two lines? Are they crossing each other? Are they ever going to cross each other? No. These two lines are parallel. And when I have parallel lines, my solution is no solution. I can't have a solution because they're never going to cross. Or you could write none, I guess, either one. Let's just stick with no solution. Okay? So that's what happens in that case. Our next case, let's solve this right away. Let's divide everybody by 6. Okay? Y equals -2x. -18 divided by 6 is -3. Okay? Look at that. This line and this line are exactly the same. So when that happens, you go down 3, and go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. This is my line. But if I were going to graph this line here in green, I would have the same line, right? So how many points intersect there? Well, all of them. And since this line goes on for infinity, my answer here is going to be infinite. I have infinite solutions because it goes on forever and ever and ever. Okay? All right. This last problem I would like you to do on your own. Do this graph on your own and see if you get the correct answer. You should get a solution. And then I would like you to please fill this chart in. How many solutions do I have in this first problem? Well, I have one solution, right? How would I describe this? Well, it's an ordered pair is my solution. X comma y. And in this case, it would be 1, 2. Erase that. It would be 2, comma, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. So this is always an ordered pair for your solution. That's how your solution is going to look. Okay? And it's always X first, then Y first. Okay? This has infinite solutions. And how are we going to describe that? It's the same line. This has 0 solutions or no solutions. And how are you going to describe that? They're parallel lines. Okay? So that, my friends, is 6-1. Day 1. Or just 6-1. All by itself. All right. So in class, we did numbers 1, 4, 5. Tell me how many solutions you're going to have. And then for 7 through 11, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, you need to graph them and tell me the solution. Make sure you have the ordered pair or the word infinite or the word no solutions or 0 solutions. Okay? Don't worry about 12 and 13 on the worksheet. God bless.